Welcome to a how-to series that walks you through how to reap your very own Lantern Festival room, so you can have a simple and effective base to add on your own ingenious ideas and layouts, or just take inspiration from this. I will also discuss my reasoning for some of my choices. For this room spotlight, you will need a hallway and an evening circle, and there should be a shopping list popping on screen and in the description for the items you need. So with that, let's make some magic happen. The theme for my room was that it was a clearing hidden away through a cave, so you're going to need a lot of rocks. Do note that in this I don't actually scale the rocks up, but that is a great option I had used previously as well, to both use less decor slots, but also it's just faster. With the entrance, I really liked building off of the flat rocks, then adding the bulkier rocks on top too, and it's that similar pattern that follows through the evolution of the hallway. What I also like doing is just blocking things out. I use the flat rocks and rotate them to block out the walls of the cave, and then later I will go back in to fill in space with the two other different types of rocks. For the ceiling, I mainly used round top boulders. What you can do is rotate the different axes with the rocks if you want it to appear more of a natural cave formation rather than a more uniformed man-made cave, which is what I went with. Which is also where I make the entrance and exit of the cave mostly symmetrical. But it's a great opportunity if you want to create a path or certain route for people to take in your house to make it more asymmetrical. Moving on to the most time-consuming feature of the build, that being the water silhouette. My main goal with this is the shape and colour to give off the impression and illusion that it's water, and give off a feeling of a hidden lake or pond. To achieve that effect and avoid clipping, it's best to flip the rugs upside down before actually moving them into place. Even then, once you've got everything into place, you could spend hours trying to level them out, which I believe is possible, but cannot confirm as of now. If someone can confirm in the comments below, then leave me a note below. Anyway, circular woolen rugs are your best friend and ranks at number 1 across all housing items in WoW decor, so make sure you have a lot. Also, get some extra as they will be used for lily pads dyed green a bit later on. Continuing with the water, to add some effects and features, I use a stoned water fountain, scaled up and then hide it under the rugs to further reinforce the illusion of flowing water, and then bam! You've got yourself some water. Please Blizzard, if you're watching this, please make flowing water a deco item on its own. Thankfully, the rest of the steps are super simple and not as time consuming. We will start with building the bridge. For this, all you need are some Stormwind small platforms and scale them down to 70%, with the first and last platforms of the bridge being rotated by 15 degrees. Just line them up and create the basic bridge of your dreams. At the end of the bridge, pop up your wooden gazebo and dye it whatever colour you want. I chose to line up the bridge with the top step of the gazebo, but you could also line it up with the lower step if you preferred that. One thing that I chose to do differently with rebuilding for this video is adding some vegetation to the inside of the cave and creating a more grounded asymmetrical feel with the lighting, opposed to having it on lily pads like in the prior version. I did this to create more difference and variation between the inside of the cave versus being outside of it, and with the flowers lining up the bridge, it also allows them to stand out more. Make sure to add variations for the flowers by using axes to move them around to create more variety of how they appear to be growing. Similarly, I applied the same thought process to filling the sky with lanterns. However, rather than creating variation through different axes, I used a scale to create a variation of depth to give the illusion that some lanterns are closer while others are further away. For me, I basically just divide the sky up into different layers, almost like multiple clocks layered on top of each other, following a system of when the lanterns are close to the center of the room, they are scaled bigger at a base value of your choosing, and the further they are to the outside, they have a different scale value, and then that decreases the further up you go. And bam! You should have the basis of a Lantern Festival room of your own to get creative with. If you found this video helpful and enjoyed me yapping through my process, then please give this video a like and subscribe to be notified about future content. As always, please leave any tips and tricks for housing down below in the comments, and until next time.